Hey there, welcome back. It's time once again for the Golden Age of DC Comics, 365 days, where I take this beloved coffee table book given to me by one of my best friends about 2 decades ago. It's been surfing my coffee table ever since, and it's well loved, it's well read, and I thought it would make excellent conversation with you. If you love comic books as much as I do, then you're tuned into the right channel at the right time. What goes better with good coffee table talk, and good coffee table books? Yeah, good coffee. Yeah, let's throw some coffee into this coffee equation. This is Tanzanian pea berry. It's an amazing cuppa. It really is. And today is May the 2nd. And I have show notes. I use show notes. But we're going to use this book for its intended purpose. Hey, let's just go through the book once again because I appreciate this entire thing here. I love look at that. I love that's Jay Garrick, the Flash. There's some a simulacra of this is actually a photograph of an actual ad, and it's a page a day book. You open up to the date, and you get some popular art. You get a blurb. There's a link in the description to the Amazon page. You can get your own copy. It's from Abrams Press for 2004. Written and curated by Les Daniels, Chip Kidd, and Geoff Spears. So go out and get yourself your own copy for your coffee table, and you can enjoy your own conversation with your people anytime you want. And I'm so very grateful that you tuned in today. How are you doing today? If you know what, it's always a good day to read a comic book. It really is. It's new to you if you haven't read it, and if you had, and it's worth the rerun, then better yet for it, huh? Well, we're gonna get into it. It's May the 2nd, and this is story by John Broome, art by Irwin Hasen, from All Star Comics number 35 from July 1947. Pretty much nearing the end of this run, I guess, of superhero comics. Around that time, a lot of these comic books cease their publications, and it goes to different magazines for young people, and different stories like westerns and sci-fi and romance and things. That superheroes went dormant in the late 40s after World War II. And but this is great. This is about the Justice Society of America. And if we didn't have the Justice Society of America, the first super team of superheroes, we would never have got its Silver Age and Bronze Age iteration called the Justice League of America, where it was just that was the Super Friends, where I've lifted this image. This is Batman at the Trouble Alert, at the Hall of Justice, from the 1970s cartoon, the Super Friends. And I grew up a slave to Saturday mornings, and I love these characters. So these characters have been around all my life, and well, let's read the blurb, and then let's look at the art. Okay. Another meeting of the Justice Society of America. No luxurious trappings adorn their meeting place. No boastful trophies hang upon their walls. Yet so full of dignity is the assemblage, so conscious of its proud rank at the forefront of all battlers against evil, that the bearing of each makes the gathering reminiscent of a conclave of the ancient heroes on Olympus Mount. They don't write them like that anymore. And that was a quote from the comic book All-Star Comics number 35 from July of 1947. And let's look at the art. Yeah, and that's the table. Those were the heroes, and all the heroes that couldn't support their own title were had their stories told in the All-Star Comics as part of the JSA, the Justice Society of America. So Flash had his own comic book, then it got canceled, and he went back. Green Lantern, the same fate, and then eventually, they got disbanded and they stopped publishing. But Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman kept publishing, and it's why we have the question of the never aging superhero, or we have Multiverse where they are a little aged and anchored to those events of history. And just look at my look at my notes. I have notes. There would be no Super Friends without the JSA. And keeping that simple. And what more to say? I mean, we have to this day we have like the Justice League movie, and it's in these TV shows and of the super teams, and it all started here with the JSA with Batman and Superman were honorary members because they had their own publications, their own eponymous titles, and so they did not need to have their stories told. It was more exclusive to sell the Batman. No. Sell the Batman stories in Batman. I don't need to water down the product, I guess. That was great. And, but yeah, I want to get more into the ages of comic books once again, because I have my idea, my big idea. Yeah, I'm going to share it with you because we're having comic book conversations and this is what we're here for. And, okay, so I've done some research. I got the Overstreet Price Guide, the current one, the 21-22 51st edition. And I've I've absorbed all this information. I accept them as a standard for my continuing conversation about the ages, because we're talking about the golden age of DC Comics, okay? And that goes from 1938 until 1955. And then comes the Silver Age of comic books from 1956 until 1970. And then the Bronze Age is from 1970 to 1985. I like this concept of the Copper Age, and I'd like to keep that, and I'd like to adapt it for my own, my own goal here. I wonder if there's leeway to have this, accepted. I wonder if this is a valid idea. I think so. Here it is. I see a Copper Age between 1985 and 2000, and that encompasses Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the rise of Dark Horse Comics, the introduction of manga. I got my first Viz manga back in the mid 80s, and around that time it was My the Psychic Girl and Xenon, and that was on Viz. It was amazing, to have real anime. I mean real manga. It was such a good experience. But I would accept and suggest in my Sully's synthesis. I have a synthesis of the Overstreet and the Comics Link and the wiki and the general structure of the ages. But I see room here. So the Copper Age, what I would consider the Copper Age, Overstreet sees the Copper Age as 1984 through 1992. I think that's pretty tiny. Yet also 92 is Image, and that changed the game. Yet I want to make the Copper Age 85 to 2000. So we not only have Image, we also have the Speculator implosion, and then the Renaissance that was the late 90s comic book stories, the superheroes. Grant Morrison, Warren Ellis, Mark Millar, Mark Waid. I mean, all those are great storytellers. Jeff Loeb. I mean, people have opinions, but hey, I mean, that was a good time to be a comic book fan. Then I see at 2000 a great time to take a break. I call it the Millennium Age. It goes from 2000 to 2015, and that in itself is a good proper age of comics. It's 15 years, and I think from 2015 until now, we're in a current age. I would not call it a modern age. I would actually call it a post-modern age, literally. And but this current age, I think, began about 2015. And we are currently in a new age of comics. And I would love to know what you thought about that, about Sully's synthesis and suggestions here. So yeah, I want to see a copper age that goes from 85 to 2000, a millennium age from 2000 to 2015, and our current age started in 2015. And yeah, that's what I get to think about comic books today. So thank you for letting me share it with you. Like and subscribe if you could be so kind. We're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. We'll figure out who we're talking about when we turn the page. Like and subscribe. Thank you. I'd love to earn your subscription. We make daily content about comic books, bunnies. I see bunnies in the morning. I take cute animal videos. I'm a professional chef. I make cooking videos. I've got a playlist called What's Cooking. I'm an ordained minister, an amateur theologian. We get spiritual here. Hashtag lighten up. And that's how we roll here. So I'd love to earn your subscription. And good luck. God bless. Namaste. And see you tomorrow. Thank you.